So if you missed chapters 1 through 3, you can find the post in my grid under the same title. One of the biggest questions raised in chapter 4 is whether distrust of human nature and motives have a purpose. And the answer is absolutely yes, because distrust keeps officers alive on the streets. The problem comes when that mindset becomes an officer's entire worldview. From a behavioral science perspective, cynicism is a predictable outcome when emotional survival is not made a priority. In chapter 5, he goes more into hypervigilance, and I want to show you this chart. This is the normal range that the average civilian is at with their nervous system, and this is an officer on duty for, feeling alive and being alert and having energy. This is where they go when they are off duty and they're like lethargic and tired and detached and isolated. So he points out the autonomic nervous system and how there are two separate branches, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic branch is the on-duty branch, and that's where you're going to get all of the heightened functions here. And the parasympathetic branch is what happens off duty, but when they get off duty and they crash, that's whenever their neurological system needs that time to repair, and you can't activate the parasympathetic branch without things like deep breathing and things you have to do to calm yourself down. So as we go into chapter 6, here is your normal recovery period of 18 to 24 hours. It explains what happens when every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Hypervigilance is going to cause something opposite. So when officers are highly active on duty, they crash off duty. Detachment, isolation, exhaustion set in, and this is part of the hypervigilance biological roller coaster. They're up here and then they're down here. Most officers return back to work before the reset can even fully complete. So a lot of times he calls this the magic chair, where the officer will come home, they'll shut down, conversations are hard, decision making disappears. They go to their special spot on the couch or their special chair and they surf the television, just changing channels mindlessly. If you ask them a question like, what do you want for dinner? Or if they stop by the grocery store, paper or plastic, they just say, whatever you choose, whatever works, because their brain can no longer make decisions. Without understanding this cycle, officers may assume that home is the problem or that their family is the problem, and work is where they feel alive. Staying up late, avoiding going home, stopping by the bar for drinks with coworkers can become ways that they avoid the emotional drop at home. So they have to realize, is my home the place that is causing these emotions, or is this the biological roller coaster? Dr. Kevin Gilmartin lists warning signs if you are not aware if you have this, things such as social isolation, withdrawing from non-police friends, not being able to make simple decisions, infidelity, non-involvement with your children, having the I used to syndrome, where I used to go fishing, I used to go bowling, I used to hang out with friends, but they are no longer part of your life because that was put aside for the career. And unfortunately, the department and being a cop or deputy or whatever becomes your identity, and this is where emotional survival begins. We will go into chapters 7 through 8 in 2 days.